So moving on, we'll go to the next deal that Chicago made, and that was to trade a second-round pick for wide receiver Chase Claypool. Now, important note, this was their own second-round pick, not the Ravens' second-round pick. And so theoretically, the Bears' second-rounder should be a higher draft pick than the Ravens' one. But they traded that to Pittsburgh for Chase Claypool. Obviously, you love Chase Claypool, and I know you were hoping the Green Bay Packers got him. There were reports that the Packers were interested. What are your thoughts on the move?
Objectively, good move. Good move for the Bears. Like you mentioned, let's get more pieces for Justin Fields. And this is another one where I go, man, really good deal for both sides. Because remember, Pittsburgh invested a second-round pick in Claypool. They're basically getting a refund. So that's good on them. And I think it's good for Chase, too. Like, it's kind of a win-win-win, as Michael Scott would say. Because Claypool's going to be the main guy now. He's kind of gets... I mean, we'll see how many attempts he actually gets. But he's going to be the number one receiver, at least as of right now in Chicago. And it'll be interesting to see how much him and Fields develop a chemistry going forward. But yeah, I like it. And it's for a low price too. That's probably why the Packers were interested, because he was on a rookie deal, and the Bears can kind of ride out, see if he can be their guy the next year and a half or so, because he was a second round pick. And if not, I mean, okay, let him go. You only trade a second round pick for him. But yeah, I really liked it. Obviously, I like the player, and I think it will kind of fit what they want to do. They're going to want to run the ball a lot and hit some deep shots, and that's Claypool's strength. I know he's had some trip ups and some quote unquote hasn't been great at contested catches this year, but I think he does have the ability, and I'm sure with more opportunities going forward, he'll probably convert those. So yeah, once again, I think this is a rare win-win-win for both teams and the player. What about you?
Yeah, same thing that I kind of just said with the Roquan one. I prefer the team that got the draft pick side. I like what I got from Pittsburgh here, because they got Deontay Johnson, they got George Pickens, and now you get a draft pick to sort of help rebuild your team for the future. And you don't have to pay Chase Claypool, because I think his contract ends not at the end of this year, but the end of the next one. But I don't think it's a terrible deal from Chicago. Like I just mentioned with the comparison of them to Jacksonville, maybe sometimes you got to overpay a little bit to get some talent around your young QB, but that's the price you got to pay as sort of a, I don't want to say bottom of the pack franchise, but like they just haven't been very good recently. So like, free agents are going to be flocking to go play for the Chicago Bears, by any means. So you got to pay a little bit, and there was competition to get him. So it's like, you couldn't have paid a third because other teams are offering seconds. So I think that was the key distinction of the fact that it was Chicago's second is probably why they took their offer versus what was potentially the Packers offer, like you sent us in those reports, because apparently they had the best offer early this morning, and Chicago swooped in. I love the fact that they're trying to build around Justin Fields. I think it's a little late. I wish they would have done it in the past offseason, but it's better late than never to start doing it, because Darnell Mooney's good, but he's not an alpha receiver. I'm not sold that Claypool is yet either, but I think he could be. He has the frame and the physical ability to be. It's just, can he develop all the mental stuff, all the route running, all the technical side of being a receiver? If he can do that with this young offense, then I love the deal. So yeah, overall, I think it was a good deal as well. And we'll see how it works out, because Justin Fields, I think, has started to prove a lot of people that he can play, as long as, they allow him to utilize what he does best, which is run the football. And I think, like we've seen with Jalen Hurts, the throwing can kind of come later, and he'll develop that and get better. So I like this for both teams.
Thanks for watching this clip from the Shut Up and Ball podcast. If you want to see more weekly NFL and NBA content, click the subscribe button, like the video, and if you want to see the full episode this clip came from, go ahead and click here.